Hi friends, I'm OwlLeeHarris, an artist and creative in Utah. Follow along with my creative projects, my outdoor adventures, and my outdoor sustainability and climate change and human rights advocacy as I build my design studio brand. So today I wanted to share the story of how I got started with this work and what my brand mission is. So one day I will make a video about how I almost didn't become an artist, but for now we're going to start in 2019. I was doing a ton of watercolor and I was selling prints and commissions here and there. I was also doing a ton of hiking and a ton of paddleboarding. So 1 to 2 times a week from about late March to mid-September, I was going down to Sand Hollow State Park and paddleboarding. A lot of times I would also take watercolor supplies with me to paint while I was there. So it was here on the shores of Sand Hollow Reservoir that I started dreaming about putting my artwork on more than just art prints. I had noticed that it was pretty hard to find outdoor gear that reflected my personal style, and so I started dreaming about outdoor gear that featured my artwork. So the problem was that I did not even know where to begin with that. Normally I would go to my good friend Google to find that out, but 2019 Allie was also like peak depression Allie, so it did not occur to her to do that, but luckily that information eventually found its way to me. Alright, so now we're going to take a little detour, but I promise we're coming back. So in 2020 I kind of fell into a teaching job. So my degree is actually in history, and so I ended up with this job opportunity to teach middle school and high school history in a private school. And I cannot stress how much I actually really loved teaching, but I also cannot stress enough how much it just completely wiped me out. It was so exhausting for me, even though I loved it, but it just took everything I had. So I realized pretty quickly that it wasn't going to be a sustainable life path for me. So that brings me back to that dream I had of seeing my artwork on outdoor gear. So I had fallen out of my regular art practice while I was teaching, but once I realized that teaching was not something I could do forever, I decided I needed to pick that back up. So in January of 2022, I started working on building up a regular art practice again, this time in digital form. So of course, the algorithm was all over that, and eventually in February of 2022, it fed me a post about surface pattern design, which is creating repeating patterns for products. So it was just this absolute light bulb moment where I realized oh, I want to put my artwork on outdoor gear, and this is how. So I found a course and started learning, and through lots and lots and lots of learning and connecting with other artists and experimenting, I've been working on building my brand. So now for the brand mission. So since I obviously care about the outdoors a lot, I also want to take care of the outdoors. And so I really wanted to have an aspect of outdoor and sustainability and climate change advocacy built into my brand. So I'm not a product manufacturer, I'm not an environmental scientist. So one way I feel that my brand can contribute to the sustainability movement is by creating beautiful artwork for products, not to encourage overconsumption, but to encourage people to take care of the things that they own. So when we have things that we really love, we want to take care of them, we want to make them last as long as possible, and I want my art to help remind people of that. So currently I'm addressing sustainability by offering my products via print on demand, which means I have no wasted inventory. And then also, just depending on the products that I have available through the print on demand partner that I work with, I am actually able to offer several of my products on recycled fabrics, which is awesome. And then in the future, I'm hoping to work with some cool outdoor rec companies that have cool sustainability initiatives. Anyways, thanks for coming along. Bye!